So let's talk about Disney's 24th animated motion picture, The Fox and the Hound, which is celebrating its 40th anniversary today. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1981 animated buddy drama flick known as The Fox and the Hound, released by Disney, loosely based on the 1967 novel of the same name by Daniel P. Mannix. The film was the 24th Disney animated feature film, although it was listed as number 20 in the canon in the original release. But anyway, it was delayed a bit. But anyway, the film tells the story of the unlikely friendship between a red fox and a hound dog. They struggle to preserve their friendship despite their emerging instincts and the surrounding social pressures demanding them to be adversaries as they are enemies by nature. The film, directed by Ted Berman, Richard Rich, and Art Stevens, went on to become a bit of a modest success for the company. They obtained the rights for the film by Mr. Mannix in '67, but the development wouldn't occur until a decade later, around the same time they were doing The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh and The Rescuers. And anyway, so apparently it took them some time, but soon it got released on this day, July 10th, 1981, Buena Vista. Though despite receiving mixed reviews from critics, who praised the animation and voice acting, which I'll talk about, who I'll tell you the voices later, but believed that the film was not groundbreaking enough. But it became known as an underrated classic, though. Which that's understandable. This is, in a way, one of the few underrated Disney animated features in my book, too. Anyway, our story begins with, a mama fox trying to run from a hunter with her baby. She leaves it behind, and apparently you got it. Anyway, after this young red fox is orphaned, Big Mama the owl and her friends Dinky the finch and Boomer the woodpecker arrange for him to be adopted by kindly farmer Widow Tweed, who names him Todd, spelled T-O-D. Meanwhile, her neighbor, a hunter named Amos Slade, brings home a young hound puppy named Copper and introduces him to his hunting dog, Chief. One day, Todd and Copper meet and become best friends, pledging eternal friendship. But Amos grows frustrated at Copper for constantly wandering off to play and places him on a leash. While playing with Copper outside his barrel, Todd awakens Chief and, Amos and Chief chase Todd until they are stopped by Tweed. After an argument, Amos threatens to kill Todd if he trespasses on his farm again. Hunting season comes and Amos takes his dogs into the wilderness for the interim. Meanwhile, Big Mama, Dinky, and Boomer attempt to explain to Todd that Copper will become his enemy. However, Todd naively insists that he and Copper will remain friends forever. The following spring, Todd and Copper reach adulthood. Copper returns as an expert hunting dog who is expected to track down foxes. During the night, Todd sneaks over to visit him, but their conversation awakens Chief, who alerts Amos, and the chase ensues as Copper catches Todd but lets him go while diverting Amos. Chief catches Todd as he attempts an escape on a railroad track, but an oncoming train strikes Chief, resulting in him falling into the river below and breaking his leg. Enraged by this, Copper and Amos blame Todd for the accident and vow vengeance. Realizing Todd is no longer safe with her, Tweed drives Todd into the forest and after a heartbreaking moment hugs Todd goodbye and with tears in her eyes, she drives away leaving Todd confused and sad. After a night on his own in the woods, Big Mama introduces Todd to Vixie, a female fox, who helps Todd adapt to life in the forest. Alright, now for the final act and the ending, you know the procedure like always. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, continue on after the 5 seconds. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Meanwhile, Amos and Copper trespass into the game reserve, excuse me, I keep getting those mixed up, my bad, and hunt down the 2 foxes. The chase climaxes when Amos and Copper inadvertently provoke an attack from a large savage bear. Amos trips and falls into one of his own traps, dropping his gun slightly out of reach. But Copper fights the bear, but is almost killed by the vicious animal. And Todd battles the bear until they both fall down a waterfall. But as Copper approaches Todd as he lies in the lake below, Amos appears ready to shoot him. But Copper positions himself in front of Todd to prevent Amos from shooting him. Refusing to move away, Amos lowers his gun and leaves with Copper. So Todd and Copper share one last smile before parting. At home, Tweed nurses Amos back to health while the dogs rest. Copper, before going to sleep, smiles as he remembers the day when he first met Todd. And on a hill, Vixie joins Todd as they look down on Todd's former home and Copper's. End of story. So what did I think of The Fox and the Hound? I'm going to say it's so good. Now, I think I seem to recall seeing this in a re-release later on, but that's been a long time ago. But anyway, I had 2 books that Disney had put out based on the first half and on the second half. So anyway, yeah, it was pretty good. Despite getting mixed reviews in my review, it was nominated for 3 different awards. It was nominated for Best Fantasy Film at the 9th Annual Saturn Awards, and it had a nomination for Best Motion Picture Fantasy or Comedy for Family Enjoyment at the 5th Youth in Film Awards. However, it did win a third award. It would be its second, and that would be at the 1982 Golden Screen Awards. Anyway, it had some pretty good songs as well that were written by Stan Fidel, Jim Stafford, and Jeffrey Patch, which those were pretty good. Now, but the voice acting cast was absolutely great. The one thing I liked about this, voicing Todd is legendary actor Mickey Rooney, rest his soul. Playing Copper is Kurt Russell, who that same day this film came out, he was also in John Carpenter's Escape from New York, which I was going to review today, but unfortunately, due to this and my recent Saturday morning TV log, I had to delay it. But don't worry, I will make up for that. But of course, Russell was no stranger to Disney because this marked his comeback after he appeared in movies such as The Barefoot Executive, The Horse in the Gray Flannel Suit, and of course the Dexter Riley trilogy. Voicing Big Mama is Pearl Bailey, who of course was a big-time singer and actress. Yes, because I seem to remember seeing her on TV before. Voicing Amos Slade is Jack Albertson. Of course, you know him best as Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and also half of TV's Chico and the Man. Voicing Vixie is funny gal Sandy Duncan. Voicing Widow Tweed is Jeanette Nolan. And Chief is voiced by Pat Buttram. Of course, most of y'all know him best as Mr. Haney from Green Acres. Of course, he also recently did voice acting in Disney films such as The Rescuers, as well as The Aristocats and Robin Hood. And also other voice actors, including John Fiedler and John McIntyre, as a porcupine badger that Todd meets. Voicing Dinky is Dick Bacalian, who also appeared in the Dexter Riley trilogy. And Boomer is voiced by Paul Winchell. Of course, everybody knows who that is, the original voice of Tigger in Winnie the Pooh. Voicing the young Todd is Keith Mitchell. And the young Copper is voiced by, are you ready for this? A young Corey Feldman. Yes, you heard me correctly. Before he even appeared in movies such as as Gremlins and The Lost Boys in Friday the 13th, the final chapter, and lots of other movies, most notably with the other Corey Haim. Anyway, yeah, but still, the animation for this is amazing. The story's really good. It does have a little bit of sad moments and what have you, but the film may not have been groundbreaking, but that doesn't really bother me at all. This is a good movie, and as I would ask already, I should have asked, would I recommend The Fox and the Hound? Yes, I would. This is a very good movie with a great voice acting cast, a score by Buddy Baker. Yes, I forgot to point that out. And great animation. Again, as I said, voice acting really good. There would also be, let's see, there's also comic adaptations of this as well. And also, let's see, I'm trying to see. Okay, and 25 years later, made that 25 and a half anyway. Well, almost 25 and a half. Disney would release a direct-to-DVD follow-up film, The Fox and the Hound 2. And it takes place during the youth of Ty and Cobber before the events of the second half of the first film. But apparently it wasn't well received, and, well, that's all she wrote. Excuse me 1 minute, please. Sorry about that. Now, and again, the sequel to this wasn't well received. I've never seen it. I don't think I would like it anyway, to be honest. But anyway, that's all I'm telling you. So, if you've seen The Fox and the Hound, please tell me what you thought about it in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Now, join me next time when I bring to you another review of the summer of 007 in the form of For Your Eyes Only. Now, don't worry, you will get my spoiler-free review of Black Widow tomorrow as well. Yes, so don't worry, I'm going to be seeing it today, but I'll be getting my review up tomorrow, okay? Because of having For Your Eyes Only in the way. So, okay, that covers it. Alright, and if you like this, check out some of these other videos that I've done. In the upper left-hand corner is the 2 for review, as I originally called it, of The Rescuers and its sequel, The Rescuers Down Under, which I might do a re-review of The Rescuers next year, maybe. We'll see. In the upper right-hand corner is my review of another underrated Disney anime feature, which I reviewed not so long ago, The Great Mouse Detective. Or if you want something that's not Disney related, go to the bottom left-hand corner for my review of All Dogs Go to Heaven, which was done by Don Bluth, who was formerly at Disney, but he was Splitsville once this film came out. And the Fox and the Hound is. In the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.